Hi there, guys. So today we're going to be going through two massive albums released by the great artist known as J. Cole. One album is Forest Hills Drive, 2014 Forest Hills Drive, made at the end of that year, which received massive ratings from audiences, not so much from critics, but still it was 6.5 to 7 from Rolling Stone and others. So that was really good. It's his biggest streamed album up to date. Number one on Spotify, number one on Apple Music, number one on every platform. And then J. Cole's new album, released a couple months ago, called Might Delete Later, which hasn't received much good stuff from critics and audiences. Critics really don't like it, and audiences kind of like it, but it was very overshadowed due to the situation with Drake and Kendrick Lamar and his very controversial song called 7 Minute Drill, which really overshadowed the whole album and was a really bad decision in my opinion. So what we're going to do is we're going to compare the two albums, and we're going to compare how J. Cole did with his album 10 years ago to his album that he released this year, and what are the differences, and what is he better at, and what is he not so good at now compared to 10 years ago. So first we should start with J. Cole's album 10 years ago, 2014, Forest Hills Drive. So this album was really, really good. I had to listen to this a couple of days ago. It really, really stands out. I mean, I think the production is really incredible. They've got that big drone kind of bass sound. It's really incredible how they were able to create that. J. Cole, almost no features on this album. He did bring, some songs on 2014 were just not it in my opinion. Like, it was very much saved by the production and the structure of the song. But he still has a massive, that big tone that we know him for. Saying how he's the best and whatnot. But I just don't think it's as good. So then if you go to Might Delete Later, I think his lyrics are really good on the album. I think he's very underrated. I think his lyrics on Crocodile Tears are just some of his best work in my opinion. His stuff with Fever, I don't really care for. I think Fever's a really bad song. I think his stuff on HYB, I think it's pretty good. I think those are kind of the standouts for me. Price is good. I like the Rick and Morty line. I think that's quite funny. He always has those little. He's very culturally aware of things that have happened or things that are happening. So his lyrics always feel at home and like we can understand it. Whilst also having those deeper meanings. So I actually think his lyrics on Might Delete Later are better. So his lyrics on Forest Hills, I would go with a 7 out of 10. And then with Might Delete Later, I'll go a 8.5 out of 10, actually. I think it's really, really good. Next, I would say choruses. So his choruses on Forest Hills is some of the most catchiest things he's ever done. It's probably the most catchiest things. You can always remember the choruses on those songs, whether it's from Wet Dreams or No Role Models, which is his most streamed song on that album, by the way. So his most streamed song and his most streamed album, they're intertwined. The choruses on the songs you can automatically remember. Like, if you think of the song, you can think that the first thing that comes to my mind is the chorus, which means he's done really, really well in structuring the song and making that chorus stand out. So that is really good. However, on Might Delete Later, the choruses are just non-existent for me. I think the choruses are really bad if they are there, but I don't know. I don't think it's that good. Doesn't feel like it's got that big feel when it comes to choruses. I don't care for it really. So I give Forest Hills a an 8.5 when it comes to choruses, and then Might Delete Later just a 5 out of 10. So yeah, overall my thoughts on the album. So Forest Hills, you can tell it's one of his best work. It's really good. It's a really good album. The production's very good. This was when he was starting to really hit his prime. But at the same time, you can still see, like with the lyrics and whatnot, there's still some growth that happens, and you can see that from the off season to Forest Hills. You can see the difference. So yeah. Whilst with Might Delete Later, I think the album is good. It is good. It's not one of his worst albums. However, it's not one of its best albums. That's for sure. The choruses aren't that good. The production isn't that good. We at the end of the day, we're all waiting for the Fall Off album. I don't think everyone's gonna care as much, considering he released 7 Minute Drill, which kind of ruined the album a little bit. But I still think it is a good album. So for me, the ratings I'm gonna give Forest Hills Drive. I think it's a very, very good album. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Very good, one of his best to date. Whilst Might Delete Later, I'm going to give a 6.5 out of 10. It's good, but definitely not his best.